huge honor. Thank you for taking the time today to join us. Wonderful. So without further ado, I'm going to start. Welcome everyone to this Take a Moment session. And today I'm Ghia du Plessis. I'm from Thinkroom. Thank you firstly to Thinkroom for the invite, and thank you for everybody for being here. It's really wonderful. The session is going to be recorded. The presentation will be available for everybody to download. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. Wonderful. So yes, absolutely. Now, I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day today. I know that these are such uncertain times, and today's session really is about going to market. And as Thinkroom, a little bit of a brief overview about what we do as a team, and you've all joined us here today, is we partner and empower entrepreneurs, and we bridge the gap between corporates and SMEs. So we really want to go on a journey with you. We've had a few other sessions. The reason that we're doing this and we're having these free 45-minute sessions is to help you, and to help whether you're a business owner just starting your business now, or whether you already have a successful brand. This really is to give you some tips and tricks. And I know that it can be quite difficult in these times. Many people are struggling. So I hope everybody is safe and healthy. And I hope everybody's doing some things to keep them happy as well. That's really important. So yeah, you can ask as many questions as you want in the chat box. And we're going to have a Q&A session right at the end. And I hope that you leave the next 45 minutes feeling a little bit inspired, and feeling that you've got some practical tips and practical things that you can implement easily within your business. So whether you've started your business or you're already running a successful business, I hope that this will be helpful. So firstly, a little bit about Thinkroom. As I mentioned, we are a team of experts, and Thinkroom as a consultancy and a team really of experts within the space, working throughout Africa, in the UK, in Mauritius, and in South Africa. We're a team of experts that all specialize in different areas of business. So no matter what life stage you're on in your business, we have experts. And today, particularly, I'd like to introduce myself. As I mentioned, I'm Ghia, and I'm part of the team. And I focus on and specialize in people, in connecting people, and really helping communication. So everything to do with marketing, everything to do with your relationships with your clients, with your team, that's my expertise. I've helped small and large businesses globally to grow through marketing and digital communication. And I think now more than ever, we're all shifting to be online more. And there are still many things that you can do, even though you might feel a little bit disconnected during this time. There's many things that you can do to still keep that communication and connection going. So I'd like to start with this quote. And I'm going to start with two quotes because I think it's incredibly important. Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess, except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond in a situation. And now more than ever, I highly encourage everybody to look up Victor. Very brilliant man, was also a psychologist and philanthropist, and during World War II was part of the Holocaust. He lost everything in World War II, and his book really talks about that one thing that nobody can take away from you, no matter how hard you think times are. The one thing is your attitude. So it's really about your attitude, and we have a choice regarding what attitude we take. in every situation in our lives, whether it be work, whether it be difficult situations with being confined into your homes, and what we're all going through together at the moment. Just one more, which is, it is not the strongest that survive, nor the most intelligent, but it is the one that is most adaptable to change. So today we're going to talk a little bit about change, a little bit about perhaps adapting. And I'd like to spark some inspiration in your mind and in your hearts to feel that you should adapt. I feel like everybody's talking about the new normal, which has actually now just become the normal for now, and how we make the most of that situation. So what is GTM? Why are we all here together today? And why is it so important for your business? So as I said, I think even if we just want to learn a little bit about building a brand, you know, you as an individual are a brand and a business, your business, and for many entrepreneurs, they are their business. So some of the challenges in staying connected with clients are really relevant. So what is GTM? A go-to-market strategy is a tactical action plan for your business to achieve goals, including everything you need to go to market. So it's all about actions, okay? So a lot of people plan their businesses and they talk about ideas and they talk about all these things they want to do. And particularly now, it's very difficult for us to adapt, but very few put things into action, and particularly within small business. You know, I think the actions that we can take now during COVID-19 and the simple actions that we need to take can be very, very helpful for us to not just survive this, but perhaps to thrive. So go-to-market is all of these things that you see on your screen. I know this is a big, you know, complicated diagram, and there's so many different parts to go-to-market. Once you have your business idea or your brand, or maybe you're an established, successful brand that wants to go into new markets. This is and you can screen grab this will be provided to you, but this is an overview of everything. So we run programs that take a month to 3 months where we go into all these little details. But today, the one thing I want to touch on, which is actually everything that you need to know, is relationships. Relationships are the most important thing. And what is a relationship? We have relationships with so many different kinds of people. And the most important thing always, but especially during this time, is a state of being connected, feeling connected to other people, whether it's your internal team or clients that you've known for years, or maybe connecting with somebody new that really needs you. Now's our time to make sure that we are in that state of feeling connected, and we do those things within our business that are needed. And it's all about how we make people feel. So very, you know, often working with, as a team, we work with Microsoft and large corporates, and we work with their partners who range in varied sizes of businesses. But often, you know, whether you're a technical business in terms of a software development business, or whether you sell products, or, you know, in the restaurant industry, or so many industries are suffering at the moment. But the one thing that I think we can maintain at the moment online, and I'm going to show you how to do that, is to make people feel something. And it's important to remember that it's actually only about how we make people feel. So in times, all the time with your business, you know, I think every day it's about those moments of happiness and joy, and it's about creating moments. And it's easier to connect with people when they're in a state of happiness or joy, you know, when people are doing the things they love, or maybe your business sends flowers to somebody, like the one lady at the top, and makes her happy in that moment. Or maybe it's a couple that just got married, and, you know, your service was managing weddings and events, and you wanted to connect with that couple. And what do you do now? So all these moments of happiness, you know, I think we should create, but I think it's very difficult because many people are not feeling happy at the moment, and it's also important to think about emotions like fear and anger and grief, and really try to understand and put ourselves in our clients' shoes. And when you're talking to anybody, we had a session last week, one of my colleagues spoke about people and how important it is to check in, and to check in with yourself, but just to check in with those around you, and to check in with your clients, and understand that they might be feeling fear of the unknown. They might be feeling angry because maybe their business is not doing well, or maybe, people are suffering, or they may be feeling grief, and how to be compassionate and sensitive and kind in those moments. So just to think about, how are we making our clients feel, and how do they feel at the moment? What are their circumstances? So the 4 areas of go-to-market particularly, which I'd like to discuss, are these 4. And purpose is the first one. Brand, your brand, is the second. Marketing is the third, and sales is the fourth. And these are the 4 most important components to going to market with your business. And I'm going to touch on each of these, and we'll go through it. If you've got questions afterwards, please make a note of them, send them in the chat. This presentation will be available for you to download, so you can have a look at this afterwards, and we'll obviously be available to chat to you. So the first thing is purpose. What is purpose? I think the most important thing is to reassess your business and your positioning and, your personal purpose. What is that motivator for you to get out of bed in the morning and to do something productive and helpful? And in the same sense, what is your business purpose? Are you delivering? Was your business purpose something that people now no longer serves people anymore? Do we need to adapt the focus of our business purpose? I don't know if many of you have heard about Simon Sinek, but I highly encourage you to watch his TED Talk or read his book, Start With Why. A quote is, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And I often talk about, this is the heart of your business. Of course, your quality of your products need to be great, but really what makes people want a relationship with you and with your business is your why. Why did you start your business in the first place? How are you helping people? This is so important. I'm going to touch on this, and every organization knows what they do. You know what you do. What do you sell? And what do you do? So everybody knows their service or their product that they deliver, and they normally talk about that first. So if you're introducing your business to somebody and they say, oh, okay, tell me a bit about you, they normally skip straight to what they do. And the more important areas that we need to discuss first and need to share with people first is share a bit of your heart, share a bit of your bigger purpose. How are you helping people? Are you helping people? Or maybe your purpose is different. Maybe your purpose is to educate others. Maybe your purpose is to, I don't know, just make somebody smile today. And I think just understanding what that is. So your how is what makes you different as a business, and your why is your cause or belief. So it's not making money. It's normally, money is the vehicle that gets you to your end goal and your purpose, bigger purpose in society that you want to deliver on. So I highly encourage everybody to write down a sentence for each of these in your own time. I will summarize these areas at the end, and you can do that. So let's talk about your brand quickly. And this is just fantastic, because what is a brand? I think, especially in marketing speak or businesses, we often don't discuss the very simple definitions of these big words that are used in business. And what is a brand? It's not your business. It's not your logistics. It's not your finances. Your brand is your brand personality. So just as you as an individual have a personality and a character, and you have traits that make you unique, just in that same way, your business has has a personality. And I would like to ask you today, whether you're an entrepreneur of any kind, if your brand was a person, who would that person be? How would you speak? How would you talk? What would you wear? And most importantly, how do you make your clients feel? So think about your brand personality, because it's really important. At any point in time, whenever anybody in your business or your team or online, especially online, sees your logo, or they see a comment, or they see something from your business, you really need to make sure that it's consistent and it shares the essence of your personality. Because what are we if not unique? We all have a superpower, and we're all unique, and so do our businesses. So give your business heart and life. So I'm going to skip into what is your goal. And this is, goal setting is, something a lot of people talk about and very few people actually do. I think in a personal capacity and from a business perspective, really setting a goal is something people find challenging, or they set a goal and kind of forget about it after a while. So what is a goal? A goal is something that has a date, something that, my dad taught me this at a very young age, but goal is something that has a date, and you should normally write it down, because you're 50% of the way there once you've written it down. And it's to ensure that I achieve something by a particular date. So it needs an end date, and you need to be able to measure it. It needs to be measurable. And I highly recommend to write it down. So change is the only constant. And I'm going to talk about what our goals should be right now, and thinking about how do we adapt those? Have you reevaluated your goals? And have you set your long-term business goals for 1 year? Or, it's very, very difficult at the moment to maybe stick to goals we used to have. So think about redefining what your goals for your business are, what your goals for your team is, and maybe they're daily, maybe they are weekly goals. Maybe your goal is just to learn something new every week. Maybe it's just to survive. Maybe it is just for your business to survive this. And that is also absolutely okay. Most businesses at the moment are just trying to survive during this time and thinking of ways that you can do that. So I just want to encourage everybody to reassess your goals for your team, and perhaps for yourself as well. If you're feeling demotivated, to write down, these are the 3 things I'd like to do today. I'd like to exercise, I'd like to check in with my team. And as a business owner, I'm sure your responsibilities vary quite dramatically. So these 2 goals I would like to touch on now. The first one is retention. So you'll often hear business people talking about, we want retention and acquisition. And all that really means is we would like to retain, keep our existing clients and grow existing relationships. So this is so valuable. And because we're going through a difficult time, perhaps some businesses are absolutely thriving now because of the shift on online. So if you have a digital business, you might be finding you have so much work. I know a lot of my clients are really busy at the moment, which is such a blessing, but many are also struggling. So for those that are struggling to keep their relationships with existing clients, that is what retention is, and your goal and focus should just be on that. Even if at a very basic level, to survive this, that's all you do. And acquisition means finding new clients. So I would actually Many may say to me, well, it's very difficult for them to find new clients at the moment, but I'd like to encourage you to think about, who are those people you'd like to do business with? Who are they? And where are they? And even if you feel uncomfortable to reach out to them now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about maybe taking some steps to start thinking about how you will connect with them and why. So keeping your existing clients, this is something really tricky for many people, but it is so important. So, we're doing this with our families, I hope, or close friends or partners or loved ones, as I highly encourage you to connect with them. Check in with them. Check in with them. Call them. Phone them. Don't email them. Don't send them a WhatsApp message. Call them and ask them how they are, and just for no reason, because you care. And I think this is unbelievably valuable. Phoning somebody on their birthday is a really, really special thing, which very few people do. And calling someone on their birthday, picking up the phone to phone them is special. But I think right now, just calling somebody to find out how they are and to let them know that you're there for them. And think about that brand personality that I mentioned. Think about how your brand, who are you to your clients during this time? Are you a friend? Are you maybe a thought leader for them? Are you providing them with advice? Are you assisting them with a particular challenge that they're facing? Whether you're in finance, whether you are selling products, whether you're in the retail sector, we can order food online now. What does that mean? Check in with your clients and think about, what is your role that you play right now in these uncertain times, and pick up the phone and phone them. If not, if you have too many clients, then, and you feel like a WhatsApp or an email or some other form of communication, but be compassionate when you do that. I think many people might call their client and just start talking about themselves. And I think the most important thing to do is not that. The most important thing to do is to check in and really ask them how they are in a compassionate way. So those are some tips for you, for your existing relationships. And then finding new clients. So many people often find this very difficult. So finding new clients and sales, we had a fantastic sales presentation last week, a session exactly like this one. And please ask us and we will share the video with you. It's on our YouTube page, but it was a fantastic session about sales. So I'm not going to talk about sales today, but finding new clients in this time, many feel uncomfortable to do, but I'd like to encourage you to start thinking about, of course, once you've checked in with your existing clients, and it depends on the context of your business. So, it depends in these times what your particular personal situation is and what you're going through at the moment. And if you feel like, I'm just surviving, Ghia, I'm just contacting my existing clients at the moment, and, I'm struggling to find new business. I would like to encourage you to start thinking about, how can you, in a compassionate manner, reach out to new people, make new connections, grow your network. And we are overwhelmed with social media channels, okay? Besides the fact that we are all probably overwhelmed with media at the moment, with videos, and, whether it's a joke and it's a bit of humor, because, laughter is the best medicine, or whether it's news. I've started listening and looking at good news stories and sharing that with some of my clients, because they find that really, really, it creates hope, and it's really positive for them. And it depends on the context. So we have all of these different channels available, and you might think, people aren't interested now for other people to sell. I don't want to sell anything to anybody. That's not compassionate or considerate at all. And selling is not telling. And I would like to encourage you to not sell directly, but you can absolutely start relationships with people and connect with them. Start putting together a list of your dream clients. It depends at which life stage you are in your business, but going to market, a very important part. In our in-depth discussions in our program, talk a little bit more about your target audience, but going in depth regarding who are your prospective clients, who is your particular audience, where are they? And if you start thinking about who those are and you make a note of those people, or maybe that's a particular business, maybe you've adapted your purpose and you now need to go and find new clients, make a list. Make a list of who are those businesses that you'd like to touch and speak to, and which sectors, and where are they? In which country are they? Are they in South Africa? I know we've got people today on the call from the UK and Mauritius and India, but I think it's important to start opening our minds. Once you've dealt with your emotions, and now that we can start adapting, start growing our business, make a list of finding them. So LinkedIn is a wonderful tool. For those that don't know how to use LinkedIn properly, please feel free to reach out to me after this. But LinkedIn is a fantastic tool because you have the ability to find individuals, to find individuals in particular businesses. You can search for them by their title. You can map out who's in which team. You can even see relationships they might have with common interests they might have to you, and you can really personalize your communication. So I firmly believe in a strategic, personalized approach, and particularly now during this time, I think it's really important to have a personalized approach and find something that the individual that you want to speak to, say you find them and you know which business you want to work with, and you find them and you're like, that individual is a decision maker. Perhaps you are I don't know, selling life insurance, or perhaps you are selling products, food products. It could be anything, really, absolutely anything. But it's always going to be about people. And there's always going to be somebody that you want to connect with. So once you've found them online, you can search on LinkedIn. And, I talk to people a lot about exactly how to do this, because some people don't know. And feel free to go and play around on LinkedIn. And once you've found that individual, do some research, show your interest in their sector, in their business, and what they're going through, understand what they're going through. And maybe you just say, hi John, I just wanted to let you know that we are here, share your business. And you're not selling, you're not telling them anything about yourself. You are purely there as a support for them, to show that you care. And I think just starting a connection with somebody, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, during this time especially. So asking questions, this is my final point today. And asking questions is so important. And again, and my father's a salesman, and we talk to salespeople all the time, and salespeople love to talk. Okay, so whether you're a business owner or whether you are trying to build a relationship with a client, it's not about selling isn't telling. Again, it's about asking questions, and it is so valuable and important. Ask them, how are you? What is your business doing? You don't ever really need to speak about yourself, to be honest. When you pick up the phone to connect with your client, or when you're emailing this new contact you found on LinkedIn, ask them a question. Ask them a question that makes them think. Ask them a question that's really clever and intrigues them, to make them want to speak to you more. And I think asking questions is really key, especially to new connections. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I'm just quickly going to check the chat. And yeah, we'll share the how to LinkedIn videos. We've got some of those. We've got some great content to share with you. But I hope this was helpful. And, you know, a webinar is really interesting because I'm kind of chatting to myself, but I know that you're all there, and I know that we're all in this together. And now more than ever, I think, start visualizing, you know, what you want to do with your business. Start adapting a little bit, you know. Don't be scared to still dream. Don't be scared to still connect with other people, you know. And if you are feeling not, you know, if you are feeling those feelings of fear or anger, or you're in difficult situations, it's really uplifting to pick up the phone and call somebody, and call your clients, and, you know, call clients and share something nice with them. I think we should all be, I hope that you're all happy and healthy, and finding things at home to do that make you happy. You know, I think we feel guilty to be positive in this time. Some people have spoken to me about the emotion of guilt, and when you're going to market, and a go-to-market strategy during this time is, we can't possibly do that because there's so many other terrible things going on. How could I possibly thrive with my business now? But I encourage you to stay positive. I encourage you to continue connecting with people. You know, find those things in your daily life that make you happy, because we need to be grateful for the things that we have. And you, no matter what life stage your business is at, I encourage you to still go to market, go online, go and look at what people are doing, look at what businesses are doing. Some fantastic startups and various businesses that we've worked with have adapted their business purpose to serve others during this time. They have found a totally new need, a new challenge, and they've adapted, and they've said, you know, now we offer other things. You know, we offer other things, and we're here to support and partner with clients. So I encourage you to do that. And I'm not sure how we're doing for time. Mary, are you there? And I'd like to encourage that it's now your turn to look at these 5 different areas, to look at, what is your why? You know, what is at the heart of what you're doing? And not the product or service that you deliver. Why are you doing it? And tell people about that. Tell them why. Because people care about that. You know, people want to connect with you because of your why. Redefine your brand personality, perhaps, you know, where you might have been a fun brand and a fun sort of colloquial brand that spoke a certain way. You might want to keep that the same way it is, or you might want to adapt slightly now. So start thinking about, if you do adapt a little bit, what kind of personality do you have when you connect with your clients? Set your goals. Set your goals for your business, you know, even if it's a daily goal. Even if you are currently setting goals daily, the night before you go to bed for the next day, you write down those goals. That's okay, because you know, that might help you to survive. And if not, think about the next month, you know, think about how you can grow and build something online, or how you can build and grow with connect with humans. And call your clients, call them, you know, don't be scared to call them. Everybody loves a phone call, even if it's just 30 seconds or 1 minute, just to say, hi, I'd like to know how you are doing. And find and create that list, even if you keep it a secret for now. There will be a time when you can reach out to many people if you can't, but I encourage you to go and do it now. People are hungry to learn. People are hungry for help. People are hungry to grow. And yeah, thank you so much for your time, everybody. I really appreciate it. Time is so valuable, and you've taken the time out to learn something new, to join us. The presentation, everything will be available for you. Please follow us on Instagram and all of those channels if you'd like more information. If you are a small business, if you just have an idea and you want to make it come to life, or you are already an established, very successful business that needs to go into new markets, you know, and you are more developed, we have very high-level experts regarding strategy, regarding finance, regarding all these different areas. And we're going to have a whole host of more of these how-to sessions. Absolutely. I'm just having a look at the chat to see.
Hi, Ghia. Thank you so much. There's no questions at the moment. A lot of thank you. So thank you for a very insightful session and also a very engaging session. But I think, as you said, in handing over to us and the businesses out there to, take time to sit down and really refine our goals, reconnect with our clients. It's very important to reconnect and establish what you're wanting to do. So thank you very much from the Thinkroom team. And yeah, as you said in the chat, everybody feel free to connect with us on our social channels, direct message Ghia if you have any questions directly to her. But thank you everyone for attending, and we hope to see you online again on Thursday for our marketing session.
Absolutely. It's such a pleasure. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for everybody that joined. I see everybody that's on here, Gideon and Gareth and Erica. I see everybody. Thank you so much for joining. If you've got any questions, we will email this to you, and we encourage you to, and stay positive and stay inspired. And we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ghia.